Music changes our mood, our mind, stimulates us mentally, and that's the best way to get started when you feel like resetting your mindset. Tap into your energy right now, enjoy the music, get started. It doesn't matter who's watching you. I know you guys are watching me and I'm looking at your lovely faces. But the moment is now. You've been bold and brave enough to face the camera, to face yourself, and to face life. Alright guys, welcome. We are back and we are hungry. Yes, we are hungry people. So here we are every night, every day, sharp at 7:55. I can see that spark, I can see that energy, that willingness in each one of us, and that's what brings us together to enjoy this special moment when we're willing, we are ready, and we are all geared up to reset our mindset and change our destiny. Ashishji says video is cracking. I hope it's better now, or we are still facing the same challenge. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. What about Amolji? Is it fine? Can you hear me clearly? Let me ask. Amit Garg, sir, can you hear me? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Or unmute yourself.
Your voice is cracking in between. I can hear you, but in bits and pieces, your voice goes away.
Okay. Well, the signals at my end are pretty perfect. I wonder what's going wrong.
No, it's better now. It's better now. I want you to check who is this person who has joined Swapna Chandrasekharan. Is she an invitee or she has intruded?
Well, I haven't really heard about her name earlier, so I really wonder who she.
So can you ask her to open up and speak before we start the program? Because yesterday I observed 2 persons had come in without authorization.
Swapna Chandrasekharan, could you please unmute yourself and speak with us so we know where you've joined us from?
Or else we will have to ask her to leave.
Swapna Chandrasekharan, I hope you can hear us. We would like to know more about you. Please unmute yourself and speak up. Well, maybe we'll have to. Let's see if she speaks up. Otherwise, we have our own ways to regulate things, because life is all about regulating ourselves, our rules, our beliefs, our values. And when we really go strictly abiding by our principles, that is when life gives us an opportunity to create the life we really want. And before I continue, I would like to recheck with everyone. Can you guys hear me properly now with a thumbs up? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is it better now?
I think your mic is not connected properly. That's why I think there is a disturbance.
Okay, so that's the challenge. Let me recheck.
Yeah, see, now when you're talking, it's fine. But I think when you move, I think the pin moves a little bit and, we get disturbance when we hear it.
All right.
Yeah, now it's perfectly fine.
Well, the weather is also pretty bad outside, so there might be certain more
Maybe
disruptions as well possible today. But that's life, and that's how we go about it. All right, guys. So, welcome, Major General P.S. Bahelji. Welcome, Amol Kulkarni. Welcome, Mr. Amit. Ashish ji, our legendary cricketer. All those hiding with their faces, yet so important to us, Mr. K.B. Gupta. Vinita is there. Well, Vinita, you showed up with your lovely, beautiful face, and we were happy to speak with you on day one. Not really sure why you're hiding behind the curtains. It's time to show up again. So, why don't you turn on your camera and interact with us? Ratan sir, I know you pretty well. You've been a blessing in my life, but why don't you show up and let the world know where you come from? Same goes with Mr. Sriram, Bhakti Punya, and well, Swapna, we are still unable to check with you, so maybe we'll have to put you back in the waiting room until you really confirm to us. So we finally have one of blessings in my life, Mr. Ratan. He's been the former MD of Nitcon, somewhere I started my journey, my career with. He's taught me a lot, and he's there finally to join us live in person. Welcome, sir. Kindly unmute yourself and share your ideas and your experience for the last 2 days.
Basically, Sandeep, thanks very much to introduce to such a nice gathering. My only adding point, which is this is not a one-time affair that you should keep and remove your garbage. It is a continuing process, because when life is gone, then you keep on getting positive, negative, both things continuously for your life. And it is not a one-time affair that you can weed out the negativity and the ugly of life. It is a continuing process, time and again, quite oftenly. You have to carry your mind and rethink, okay, now next 10 days or next 5 days, what positivity come to me? It is not a one-time affair that you should remove
Absolutely.
garbage. So it is a continuing affair and it is journey. And definitely a few points which are added. No, actually, if you see the points which are discussing the rebranding, it's new to everybody. It is not a new thing which everything is. Only thing is you keep on tapping in the dark in the carpet. Once you discuss in the open forum and having a quality people will like you, then the things may prompt up and you take immediate action. Otherwise, it may not take action immediately. So that is a good
Absolutely.
point, and you have a good company. Definitely, if you have a quality of your life, your personal skills, your improvement. That's the reason I want to join this course. Let me refresh my memories, and I'm really collecting all those seminars which did with you, and you are capitalizing all the seminar, whether for the empowerment of the women or the of winning organizations, whatever may be. So all these are reflecting in your discussion and memories. So I wish all you best for your next endeavor, and wish everybody should get benefit of this seminar.
Thank you so much, sir. And just to quickly share with each one of you, I've traveled literally entire North India from Jammu to Rajasthan, from Delhi to Himachal, from Haryana to Punjab, and where not with sir conducting seminars in universities, industrial associations, and so many places. So it was a great learning 10 years back, and of course, we carry on today. Welcome. I'm sure Ashiji would love to speak something regarding the homework he's been working on and the wheels of change he has embarked upon his journey, especially since last night when I shared those slides with each one of you. Ashiji, unmute yourself and speak up.
Yes, so I hope I'm audible.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so yesterday also we had quite a few learnings. The fear of the unknown that I had talked about. So there, what I learned was it was because of the values, belief system, and the precedents that were there. It is because of this and the affirmations that were given that I am the owner of the success and I am accountable. I am prepared to make myself uncomfortable. And if you are a winner, if you have a winner's mindset, you can never lose. So those are the things that have actually resonated with me. And one very good thing that I learned yesterday was it is in the moment of decision that you design your destiny. So you have to decide. So yeah, I was thinking of moving on. Now I've decided in May I'll be putting in my papers. That yesterday I thought about it. So next month I'm putting in my papers, and I have decided I'll face it and I'll overcome it.
Awesome.
So that the thought yesterday I had done, and I'll do it. And then of course, uh, yesterday's creating, eliminating, accepting, and preserving was also how you have to change your mindset. You have to accept, then you have to eliminate, create, and then preserve. And as just now Mr. Ratan said that we have to be cleaning the garbage on a regular basis. So yeah, that is an ongoing process, of course. Otherwise, we cannot allow garbage to accumulate. So now this is another day before yesterday was my uh, time spent on mobile and TV that has been cut. Yesterday, I have taken a decision. I have sounded out to my boss also. I've indicated that I'm going to quit. So yes, so these are the actions that I've taken based on yesterday's uh, learnings.
So I would really congratulate and appreciate you that you've really put into practice, put into motion those wheels of change, which our abundant coach, Mr. Harish Mehta, was so kind to gift each one of us last night. And that brings me to invite Mr. Amol Kulkarni as to see where he belongs to in this journey of resetting his mindset.
So for me, I think I've kind of focused on the wheel, with keeping in mind acceptance and creating something new. That was my focus when I look at the wheel, and obviously preserving as well. So these three things kind of resonate with me, where I felt that that's the first step of accepting where you are, and you need to kind of move on from there and create your new future and create your new reality from there. So the next thing was the slide where we looked at various aspects, whether it's abundance mindset, whether it's the big picture. I think those are the kind of things that I'm trying to identify what is my Mount Everest. So that's what something I'm working on. There are multiple thoughts in my mind, but I think I'm gonna zero down in maybe next few days or weeks, on what is that I really want to focus on, because like we discussed yesterday and day before, that where focus is, the energy will flow. So but I need to then have a clarity of thought in my mind, that what is that Mount Everest that I want to climb. So that's what I'm working on.
Wonderful, wonderful. And
Sandeep,
uh,
one request here.
mhm.
Get that wheels of change on the screen. There are some new people today in the room so that they get the context. And when people are sharing their thoughts on yesterday's homework, they'll be able to resonate with it. And if they have any questions, we can take them on that. Is that good?
Sure. And in
Those
fact,
two slides, one the mindset slide, and the second one was the wheels of change.
definitely. And I'll be happy to welcome our very beloved Rotarian Rakesh Bhandari ji. Probably he's the one who joined us now, while he was very much there since last 2 days behind the curtains. So welcome, sir.
Even
And
Mr.
thank
KB
you.
Gupta was not there yesterday. So for
Yeah,
his benefit, yeah.
definitely.
And then you can continue your asking. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So this is the mindset needed we have been sharing and discussing about at length, uh, probably from day one. And this is the gift we shared with all those who were present with us last night. So when we talk about the mindset needed, what we really need to look at is the big picture. What exactly we are willing to create for ourselves in our life, in our relationships, in our profession, and definitely our business. What is the big picture we look at? Few years down the line, few months down the line, in the next 30 days, or in our entire upcoming lifetime? Because life, as I see, it's a journey. It's a continuous journey, and it doesn't matter where you are, what state of health, mindset, relationship, business, success or failure, the way you uh, gauge it, life is a journey and it will continue. And it has no bus stops. It will carry on and on and on forever. The thing is, you need to decide how far have you come and how far you wish to go. Because the only thing which you have limited in life, while everything else is abundant, and the limited thing in your life is time. So, how soon you want to create an abundance for you with no limits? It all starts with the big picture you're looking at. Because along with comes your ownership you want to take for your success, the big impact you wish to create in your life, for yourself, for everyone associated with you, for the world at large. And all this happens with the habits you inculcate. Because as they say, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Sandeep, there's one person waiting in the room. Please admit him. Mr. Venu.
I read it already, sir. It just takes a fraction of a second to show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Go on.
Looking at it, no worries. So why do we really need to reset our mindset? Just a quick 30 seconds recap today on day one, on day three. Because as Mr. Ratan said that we know what to do, but how the change really happens is when we do it over and over and over and over again. Because mind is a muscle. Just like you hit the gym, you go running every morning, you do your daily yoga practices or your exercises just to build your body, to keep it in good shape, to stay healthy. So is your mind. You need to be repetitive, you need to master your skill. And it's not like if you've been a cricketer like Mr. Ashish, it's not the first time you hit a 4 or a 6. You've probably been knocked down countless times before you really mastered your game. So when you reset your mindset, you do away with your garbage, you let go, eliminate, eradicate, all that is unnecessary creativity ushers. And that's when you're able to create abundance with no limits. And for those who joined us today, the wheels of change, what we've been sharing with everyone, and our lovely guests are discussing their experiences, how they've started implementing in their lives. The wheel of change begins with you. It begins with creating, adding, inventing something new in your life, in your profession, in your business. But how are you able to create something? Well, it's only when you make space for it. And how do you make space for it? You eliminate, eradicate, reduce, and do away with all that is redundant, which is no longer serving you the purpose, the real purpose for which you're here. And the wheel of change continues with accepting. Accepting is the key. My dear friends, If you want to make peace in your life, if you want to avoid delaying what is unnecessary, start accepting where you are and start working where you aspire to be. And during this entire journey, you need to keep preserving, improving, maintaining what you have built upon. Because quickly I'll share with you another principle today, which talks about your beliefs and patterns to begin with. So when you have your beliefs, which can either be limiting beliefs or empowering beliefs, and the patterns, which mean the automated habits, those subconscious triggers, those actions, those results which you get since you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again. Those beliefs, those patterns, those limited mindsets will decide how much can you tap into your potential. Because where you are is not who you are. You can be lots more than what you have never even imagined. The challenge was, until today, we never really got the time, the energy, the space to see how much we can be, how much we can outgrow ourselves, how much we can add to ourselves, to the world outside, how much we can create, because we never really eliminate. So when you overcome your limiting beliefs, those patterns which no longer serve a purpose, you're able to tap into your real potential. Because potential is unlimited. What we are using is not even a percentage of what we can. Well, tapping into the potential still doesn't really serve the purpose. Because the results will come only when you put this into action. So my dear friends, the journey begins from your beliefs to tapping into your potential, to taking the right action at the right time, and ultimately get your results, that bigger picture you started with. And I'm sure our coach Abundant Harish Mehta ji would love to address each one of you with something special he has for all of us today.
Sandeep, I would like you to ask some people. Today, some of them are attending for the third day. Today, some of the people are attending the second day. And today, some people are attending but yet not attending. When I do my program, what's your big why? I want to ask each one of them to lift their hand, touch their heart, and ask themselves how important it is for them to grow in life. Is it this much? Is it this much? Or is it this much? Or continue the way you are living your life. How important is this? Do you want to be a different person tomorrow morning? Or do you want to be the same? Just go deep, dig deep inside your heart and ask yourself, what new did I do today? Sandeep, can you have me on spotlight? What new did I do today? What new did I learn today? What new did I become since yesterday? And why or why not? Look at the beautiful question. Did I breathe the same that I breathed yesterday? No. My inhale, exhale has changed. My me has changed. If my me has changed, have I changed? Have I moved ahead in the journey of life or gone backwards? What has changed is the date. Am I right? What is the date yesterday? 20th, right?
Yep.
Today is the 21st, right? But the difference is Ashish has written down he will resign in May. What did he do between yesterday and today? He made a decision. And also made a decision who are the people in his life who he will leave. I repeat, who are the people in his life he will leave? Why? Because they were pulling him, stopping him from becoming the person he wants to become. When he put his hand on his heart, he says, Hari ji, aap mujhe pehle kyun nahi mile? I should have done this 6 years back. But today, once you have made that decision to bring that shift in your life, see what happened between yesterday and today, 24 hours. He made up his mind, number one. And all these days he was procrastinating. You know, the wall clock was moving like this. Aaj karu, kal karu, kal karu, aaj karu. Sochta hu, karunga. So one great thing he did was that did not let him sleep till he decided. So when I used the word yesterday, it is in your moments of decision that you design your destiny. What did you do? You made up your mind. What did the mind say? Ashish, commit right now. He needs to announce it to the world. What did he say to his wife, to his children? I have decided to leave. Am I right, Ashish?
Yeah.
And then he says, people will say, why did you do that? People are more fearful than him. Ab hamara kya hoga? You see the difference? And he is more concerned about them or about himself. When I left my job of over 1 crore rupees 10 years back, what did I do? I said, leave it. And I moved forward. And for 3 years, I made no money. For 3 years, I made no money. Yet, I maintained the same standards. You know why, Ashish? I want to install this today in your mind and in the mind of people who are listening to me. I had the belief in me. I am too good to be ordinary. What did I say? I am too good to be ordinary. And when you say to yourself, you're too good to be ordinary, the wheel of change starts. First thing, drop those friends of yours who suck your energy. 40 years friends, throw them in the dustbin. Why? They were sucking you. They were pulling you all these years. Ashish, don't do yaar. Kahan jayega? Kya milega? You know, why? Because it's your decision. And when you are doing a decision, you are investing on yourself. Ashish, hold your hand on your heart and say, did you ever invest so much money on yourself after your graduation? No. And I have invested $200,000 on myself after my 52 years. I should have done 10 years back. Today, my dear Sandeep is investing at the age of 36, 37. Because he wants to be a Tony Robbins. In 20 years, he has made up his mind. What did he do? He made a decision. So you made a decision last night. How many of you in this room put your hand to your heart and ask yourself, made a decision, just one decision, to stop complaining in life? One word. The 5 toxins which I gave you yesterday, stop complaining. Can you live a life of stop complaining for more than 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, 1 week? Because this has to be installed. How can you get it installed? By removing that, cleaning the gutter. That cleaning the clutter has to happen. And you have to choose to do it. You know, a lot of people are still sending me messages. Sorry, sir, we are with the doctor. The doctor was always there. Sorry, sir, I'm not well. Because you chose to be unwell. You know, it's your... Ashish, just admire this word which I mentioned yesterday. It's my biggest one-liner. I've been using it for 10 years. It's in your moments of decision that you design your destiny.
Yeah.
When you choose to write down, I am going to the doctor, are you aware you have a meeting for personal development for 5 days at 8 p.m.? You are aware. And what choice did you make? To go to the doctor. You see how people live and attract what they want. Magic doesn't come as a routine. You understand? You made that decision. You made 2 steps forward. Now, what did you do between yesterday and today? 2 steps forward. Between today and tomorrow, 2 more steps. And when you do for 30 days, you have crossed a mile. You know, imagination is one thing which you need to write down today. You need to write down tonight your tomorrow and make it happen. When I shared with you yesterday, write the default diary. What did I mean? Your mind will function in subconscious when you sleep, when you dream. And I gave you those 6 faculties of the mind. Number 1, imagination. Use your imagination, that's your power, which takes you to where you want to be. Dream, goal, plan, action, and result. This is the process in life. You got to dream. And you will only dream when you have removed this garbage, this clutter of dust. You clean it thoroughly, or you will continue to speak the way you speak for the rest of your life. And I will add here, you will continue to suffer because you don't deserve. I'm making a statement here. You don't deserve because your mind is so powerful that you cannot control it by your past, which is overwhelming you. You see how powerful is your past? And here we write our today every day. You see the 2 diversities. You live in yesterday, you worry and anxiety about tomorrow. I live now and I do my now and create my life. Why? Because I write my tomorrow tonight. How do I write? Imagination, intuition, number 2 power. Imagination, intuition, the gut feeling, memory, good, bad, and ugly. Remove the bad and the ugly, have good memories. Reason. And you got to be having your perception. So how many did I say? Ashish, can you repeat? Imagination, intuition,
Memory,
and
perception,
reason.
and reason.
And the best of it is, you missed out on that. WILL.
Will.
Just add I to that. What did I say? I will do it. Look at the power in that sentence. Do you see? One beautiful word, I will. And before that, if you write, I can. And after that, if you write, I must. And then when you make a statement, I am in the process of becoming good. When tomorrow Ashish comes, he's going to speak to Sandeep. Sandeep, I removed part of my garbage. 50% is gone. And he can see 50% of vacant space here. And you know what? His creativity, that BFO will start burning. The bulb will start burning. We call it BFO, blazing flashes of the obvious. So Ashish, you see, what did you do? You made a decision, A. You started dreaming, B. You made a decision that you will go out on May, but your planning will start tonight. What's my best job? What's my creativity? What do I need to become? So your be, do, have will come in. Your belief, the effort that requires to reach the Mount Everest. And this wheel of change is just a place for you to decide right down. I wish I was doing a classroom session where I could show you in the classroom how you remove. And I could speak to each one of you and say, which one do you want to remove the most urgent? You got it? Eradicate. Eradicate means जड़ से उखाड़ के फेंक देना. You know, in the last 54, 55 years you are old, there is something you want to eradicate. Am I right? Take that decision today. And don't give yourself a reason कि वो क्या सोचेंगे. You have to look at yourself. You have the power to say, I want it. And when you really want it, you get it. You remember I made a statement yesterday. In life, you get what you want when you know what you want. In life, you get what you want when you know what you want. And when you know what you want, well enough. What is the word? Well enough. That means you have total clarity. So all those who are here have, I am sure, made a decision to reset. I will remove my pictures from my Facebook page. I will remove my WhatsApp friends who are occupying your time, your energy, and sucking your energy. Sandeep, unmute Bhakti. Mute Bhakti, I mean, yeah. So try to understand what I'm saying. It's your decision, man. It's your life. You have to be the legend, not your neighbor. So to be the legend, you have to remove the bad and ugly in you. And people need to see the good in you. Every action of yours gives results, positive or negative. It's your choice, am I right? How long can you say, I will let you know what is due tomorrow, which does not come today? Why do people procrastinate? Write down on your journals, why do people procrastinate, or why do you procrastinate? What's going to happen? Are the heavens going to come down tomorrow? It's so very important for you to visualize your wellness. You know, I'm surrounded by a lot of people. I receive a lot of information and I just brush it away because 99.9% is negative. Do you know, each one of you listening to me, when you permit it to come, it occupies space. And when it occupies space, it disturbs. You see, what did you do? You permitted that information to land into your mind. And when you let it go with folded hands, leave me alone. I have made my decision to not listen, read, or have this information into my storage tank. Do you see how garbage is accumulated? You permit it to come, layer on layer on layer on layer. And you know your good is buried down. Your good is buried. And then you become helpless. What do I do? Give me power. I'm giving you power to remove it. Still you say, I will decide what's going to happen tomorrow. That is somebody going to come and pick you up and remove that? No. So, Amit, are you listening to me? Do you see
Yes.
this very powerful word which drives your life? It is in your moments of decision that you design your destiny, your tomorrow, your now, and live this 24/7. How important is decision? Every moment there's a decision. And every decision you take an action. And every action gives you results. Now, if you have this smooth, seamless decision, action, results, and all is tick, 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 how happy you will be? Can you realize that magic is going to come to you? And we stop here. Decision, sochenge, karenge. If those of you who have not written down the first of that, eliminate. Sandeep, am I right? The first part is eliminate. Remove from, jad se ukhad ke, फेंक do. It is not serving your purpose. And we'll show you those slide presentation. Have a purpose in life. I have prepared 27 slides today to share with you. I've got so much to give you. And yet you decide not to show me your face. How beautiful it looks like, you know. Ashish, just imagine a man used to speak last year to 500 people live, 300 people live. Now he's only speaking to 7 people, 4, 5, 7 people, and the rest are all those, what do you call, pictures. Why? Is knowledge not a priority? Is change not a priority? Is remaining the same way is a priority? Then eat your dinner and sleep. Enjoy. If I promised you, I'll give you 5 days of unstoppable information, which will go dig deep into your heart and go wide from there and stay there. And mind you, this is just a small amount which Sandeep is charging just for you to make entry into this. This costs much, much more if I were to do it professionally. But since I want to create a tribe, I want to create a culture in people of creating that resetting. Tomorrow, each one of you will speak the same language I speak. Because you're going to practice this. I am removing that fear from you and helping you make the decision. Because decision is the most important, the first step. I took this step 10 years back, 2012, and I invested on myself. And that's why I have a great story to share. What's your story? What will you write and share with people in the next 1 year, 12 months? I made that decision, and look at the distance I've covered. I'm closer to Mount Everest. Do you see the joy of sharing that? Do you see how beautifully you express to people? And the best part is, there's energy overall. That's the thing that you need to have, a 440 watts burning 24/7. And when there is energy, you cannot attract anything else. Because your focus is here, not on there. Each one of you listening, admire this word. If your focus is here and you don't go there, you are only choosing prosperity. You are only choosing wellness. You are only choosing gratitude. You are only choosing abundance. So, Sandeep, can you bring the chart back so that I can just share that today and then we move on? How is the process going to happen and how soon they need to do it? And tonight is the last day they need to do it. Tomorrow we have something great to share. I will speak on the mind tomorrow. Go back to the, you can just, we can do this later on. When you embrace change, you'll begin to see it as an opportunity for growth. Yeah. I didn't have all these 9 pillars below my name 10 years back. And today I'm adding a pillar every year. See the beauty. Yeah. Just go back to the circle of change. Just go back. I want to share the process in the next 5 minutes and how they need to write it down tonight. And we have given them the picture. So I want them to work on that, write it down on their journal tonight. Yeah. Sandeep, can you bring that page back, Wheel of Change?
It's there, sir.
I don't see it on my screen.
Okay.
And I want my dear friends, Major General Behel, to share his 10-minute what he has seen in the army and how he correlates to that. And I want my friend KB Gupta to speak because they have got tons of experience, 35, 40 years of experience behind them. So I want to ask them to share, and then we will listen to some more people. Yeah, just let me speak about this first, and then we will get into that zone. Yeah. That wheel of change eradicating, just show that picture so that I can share my thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, just stay there. Yeah. Do you see the minus and the plus on the screen? Yeah. So this quadrant, eliminating, eradicating, reducing, is most important today. So I want you to write down what you want to eliminate 100% from your life. And in case you are unable to do it, I will do a one-on-one program with you. What you want to eliminate from your life? A, personal. B, health. C, the job or the business that you do. D, the money that you're making in terms of wealth creation. And most important, my friend Sandeep will speak on relationships. And finally, the social and the spiritual. Do you need to eliminate? Make a decision. And what you need to eliminate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, there are steps towards it. One is remove it from the root. Remove it from the root and plant it in a new place to bear the new fruit. 2, your mind does not agree to remove, but you are permitting your mind to accept, to reduce. I used to watch 6 hours of TV in the night. I will watch only 1 hour. I'm getting into a new zone. I used to listen to news for 5 hours. I will listen for 10 minutes. So that you create that time here. And when you value your 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., you will see how much new you can create. So when you move from eliminating totally, you get space to create. And that is where you invent your new life. That is where you move towards a new life. That quadrant is beautiful. And there are certain things you want to let it be, do not disturb. Because this will disturb your peace. You know which are the areas will disturb the peace. And please, 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 my request with folded hands, do not teach this to your spouse. Do not teach this to your children. Do not say, Ashish, मैं तुम्हें सिखाऊंगा. Please don't do that. Each one of you, do not say to your spouse, to your children, even to your neighbors. Let them see the change in you. They should say every day, Ashish bhai, aap badal gaye. Aap aise nahi the pichle hafte. Do you see? First change will happen when you start believing and doing what you write tonight during your tomorrow. Very powerful exercise. The default diary. People run businesses on default diary. People run lives on default diary. I have a coach in Australia who does a program weekly on default diary. And he has planned the whole year on default diary. All those big people become big because their diary does the work for them. They don't do it. When I speak to I coach a person as CEO in Dubai. He says, Harish, I'll let you know. I'll check my diary. You see how much they value their time? Do we have a diary where we write our, not to-do list, got to do? Write the G in front of it. Got to do. You see the power in the word? Got to do. And after do, write myself. You see the power of these words? GTD, myself. And those of you who are in leadership position, got to delegate. Those 4 overs have to be bowled by some bowler. You have to only delegate to him. Give me the best. You will bowl the first over, then you bowl the 7th over, 7th and 8th together, and finally the 17th over. You know why? He is prepared to give his best. So leadership, got to do myself, got to delegate. And when you have these 2 lists made up in your life, before you leave and rest on your bed, it's all done. I promise you. Do it tonight and see tomorrow morning. And when you have big dreams, you have a 90-day plan. You have a 30-day plan. You have a 7-day plan. And you have a daily plan. When you write your tomorrow, yeah, who is this?
Sandeep.
Yeah. When you write your tomorrow tonight, you make it happen. So, rest of the things, you have to decide. But today, eliminate for sure. Reduce step by step, because reduce means emotions are connected. Relationships come in there. So reduce by not giving that the amount of time you used to give earlier. Eradicating means immediate removal. And when you start the first process, both the things will simultaneously work. Your creating will happen, and you will start accepting and making peace. It's a beautiful exercise for life. And once you start doing it, you'll enjoy it. I remember Marshall shared this 7 years back with me, and I've been sharing in all my programs. So let's today not make an attempt. Do it. Eliminate, eradicate from the bud, and we'll replant it at a place where we can nourish this to become a fruit which we love to eat every day. 2, write your tomorrow tonight. Write your tomorrow tonight. And live your 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. When you live your 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, whom are you challenging? Yourself. And if you keep living day on day on day, you moved into a new habit. And finally, you will make that impact which you wrote on the mindset. So, Sandeep,
Sir,
I think we should show them a slideshow, give them 10 seconds to read all that. And also, those gifts will go to people who are here today in a mail. Just imagine there is so much to accept, provided you eliminate the bad and ugly in you. Brilliant. Go ahead. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying sharing my gifts.
with all those wonderful lists like GTD, got to do, myself, today, right here tomorrow, tonight, let me request each one of you to add one more list next to your GTD, and that is STD, which means stop to do. And add another point in your GTD that you need to act on your STD. Because that is when you will start eradicating, eliminating, and doing away with what is really wanted, to see that big picture, to create that big picture, and to bring your dreams to reality. And for all those who wonder why is it so challenging, the way I see it is that during this new technology era, this new social media university which has come up in form of your WhatsApp, your Facebook, and all those places which feed you with so much of information. Yes, it is nothing but an information. It is definitely no knowledge because it is not authentic. There is no precedence. There is no surety whether it is correct or not. And still, you are popping it, you are consuming it, those pills of poison. And another pill of poison which you are consuming every day, every night, especially since last year, is the news. I'm happy to reiterate this every single day with everyone who connects with me. And with folded hands, I request stop watching something which doesn't make any sense. You love maths, you love numbers, start working to add zeros to your life. But stop looking at the tally of how many COVID patients have risen, how many have collapsed, what is the score of the vaccines given so far. Trust me, it's not going to serve you any purpose. And when I say it, I mean it. 1st July 2020, I told you guys day before yesterday, I stopped watching every single damn news channel. My father loves to watch it, but I'm more than happy to switch the channel instantly. Nobody is allowed to watch a news channel back home. Now, this might sound like an authoritarian. I don't mind doing it. Because I've seen the challenges in my friends, in my family, in my relative circle. People got so much depressed that they were literally hospitalized. Not due to COVID, but by the stress they got watching the news around COVID. So at least one good thing we can start today, like Mr. Mehta said, rather than watching news for a couple of hours, let's reduce it. I know the strongest instinct of human beings is not survival. It is the need to look at something familiar. So during those wheels of change, when you step out of your comfort zone, where the real growth happens, I know all those limiting beliefs, all those previously inculcated values, systems, mindset will keep pulling you back with open arms, trying to hug you. But it's when, as they say, it's in your moments of decision you make your destiny. So are you going to be a woodpecker who is just going to use your beak to just pierce through that log of wood slowly, slowly, day by day? Or you're going to be the woodcutter who's going to sharpen your axe with the skills we are coaching you nowadays and snap off that bark from your life, which no longer serves your purpose. Just like Sir said, उखाड़ के फेंक देंगे. And it's okay to be good in life, but it's good to be better. While it's better to be great, the real greatness comes when you become the best. But simply being best doesn't put things to rest. It's best to be outstanding. But what will keep you outstanding is when you master your craft in such a way that you are extraordinary. And it all starts with the big picture. It all starts with the change. Because the only constant thing which will happen in your life is change. Either you make it or life makes it for you. Change is bound to happen. There is no other way. You believe you will keep holding on to your past, your grudges, your same old thinking behavior, your own similar lifestyle? Well, someday or the other, life will bring that change for you. Now, if you want it to be happy, enjoyable, fun, loving, or challenging, we leave that choice to you. Because when you embrace change, you will begin to see it as an opportunity for growth. So what is the 3-point plan Mr. Mehta wants to teach you? Number 1, upgrade your standards. As I said, it's good to be okay to be good. It's good to be great. It's great to be better. It's better to be best. It's best to be outstanding. But what keeps you outstanding is when you become extraordinary. And how do you do that? Well, you upgrade. Upgrade your standards, your beliefs, your strategy. And everything, as we say, begins with a why. The biggest inventions, creations, those wonders you see in the world around you started with the simplest question: why? One of the 7 wonders of the world, Taj Mahal, the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa, and the list is never ending. Yet everything started with why. So it's all in the power of how you question yourself, what you ask to yourself each day. Because the smarter you question yourself, the better you become at finding those answers, those reasons, those opportunities to create something better for you. To set clear goals, to make progress towards your goals, to find the meaning in your life today. Past is over. Future is uncertain. The fear of the unknown. But when you plan your tomorrow tonight, your today becomes beautiful. And that's what you really want. You want to be happy, don't you? And when you become happy in your life, you're able to give much more to yourself, to your relations, to your life, to your business, to the team you work with, because you are engaged. And the only way you can be engaged with life is when you do something you really love to do. So let me challenge each one of you in your life, business, profession, wherever you stand today. Ask yourself, whatever you are doing, is that really what you want to do? Is there a real purpose behind what you are doing, or you are just living? Because the only difference between living a life and doing your life is how engaged you are, how involved you are, how excited you are, how committed you are. And everything begins with why. So people come and ask a solution, an answer. And what we redirect to them first is to the question. Because every question has the power to find its own answer. The only thing you need to create that time and space in your mindset to give room to find alternatives and different opportunities to find that solution. Because what you really need to be is durable. I know life is uncertain. It will come to an end someday. But why do we need to end something? We still have time to play full out, to enjoy our innings, to master our craft, to play the game we really wanted, to leave behind a legacy the world will cherish and remember forever. So we talk about optimum performance technology, which I mentioned begins with your beliefs, your patterns, how much you wish to tap into your potential, which will direct your actions and eventually give you the results you want. So start building on your confidence, courage, and competence into your future. Because that is what is being human. It is not just another apparel brand. You know what I'm talking about, but it's about you. And how do you become durable in your life, in your relation, in your business? Put your skin into the game. Get your soul into the game. Be there 100%. Play full out. Don't stay at the shore. As Mr. Tony Robbins always says, you know, there are two ways to learn swimming. Either you read a book about swimming or you jump and swim. And that's what the real difference lies between a good to great to better to best to be outstanding and eventually extraordinary. While we understand the power of questions, what we really need to realize that life is ultimately all about communication. Now, when we talk about communication, people realize that it is about the way we speak. Well, of course, communication is all about the way you speak, but the real meaning of communication, let me tell you guys, communication is the meaning of the response you get. When I talk about relationships and in business and your communication style, it's not what you expressed. The real communication happens when the person on the other side of the table understands your message exactly the way you wanted to communicate. So it's not the other person's responsibility to address if there is a miscommunication. It's you. It's you who needs to master your communication in a way that you convey and you get what you want. So be simple, be direct, communicate relentlessly. Listen and encourage input. As our action coach, Mr. Mehta, says, when you are already prepared with what you want to say, the problem begins. You shut your doors to listen to what the other person wanted to share, what the other person really meant to begin with. But you shut your eyes, you closed your ears, you locked the doors to let the person's ideas, feelings, messages let inside you. But you were just prepared to react. And is your communication in congruence with you? So what you think, is it the same what you say? Well, they might be similar, but is it the same what you do? So your thoughts, speech, and action need to affirm with each other. They need to be in congruence with each other, and that is what creates your real identity. And why we are talking about communication today? It's important everywhere, but for all those business owners who've joined us and the ones looking forward to create one for themselves or scale up in their profession, well, it's really important to realize what are the keys to a winning team. Now, these are the 6 keys mentioned here, and let us add one more bonus, which we just spoke about, is communication. Strong leadership. I know our abundant Harish Mehta ji can go on forever just about leadership because he's got that abundant experience of working with leaders globally. And that's what brings him to gift each one of you, because just like a winning team needs to have a common goal, he also shares that common goal with the world, that he needs to, that he wants to, that he has a desire, he has a burning desire, the fulfillment in his life when he's able to create the life you want. So we are sharing with you the rules of the game, which is simultaneously important as a key to a winning team. And it all starts with an action plan, the big picture. You see, people turn up and ask, how do we go about something we are looking forward to? They are lost in the path. They are confused in the journey. They are stuck with where they are. And I take them to the dead end, the big picture, and assist in doing a reverse engineering. Because when you're clear with your goal, is only when you can create an action plan step by step from where you want to be to where you are right now. Because life is all about risk. So is when you're working in a team or as an individual, you need to create that supportive environment. When you're playing out full out on your own, you need to have someone doing a hand holding for you, a coach, a mentor, a trainer who can support your risk taking. And so in a case of a team building, you need to have a leader who can assist you in that direction. But life is all about inclusion, involvement, commitment. As I say, put your skin into the game, and then you don't need a plan B. So what is the mindset needed? I know it's a repetition, but repetition is the mother of all skills. So you need to have a big picture to create that abundance with no limits. When you eliminate the unwanted, you have room for creativity. Take that ownership for success. Take that ownership for yourself. It's high time being dependent upon what has been happening in your life. It's time to create something that should happen to you rather than what has been happening with you. And it all starts with a habit, the habit to create an impact, not just for yourself, but the world around you. Because we are social beings. We cannot stay as an individual, as someone distant, unrelated. We are connected to someone or the other. So why not let's look at the big picture, what really impacts us, while keeping all those outside the boundary. So we are inside the field, hitting the fours and the sixes, but the audience is watching from a distance. A very special rule which Mr. Mehta reiterates, and I know where it comes from, because that is what he believes in giving to each one of you value. And what is the adding zeros all about? It's adding value to every aspect of your life. So value people. If you're in sales or persuasion or marketing or direct interaction, you need to value people. People don't buy products, people buy people. If you're a leader handling a team in house, value people. That's what differentiates between a manager and a leader. And how do you value people? Well, you value people when you trust them, you give them respect, and you add value to their life. And if you think what that really means, start looking for ways to add value. Start looking for their pain points. What are their challenges? Be vulnerable. Involve, interact, and integrate with them. Because nothing's more important than giving value to someone. Because when you do it, you make those real connections forever. And keep on doing those things over and over again. Because if you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. So if something is giving you results, why do you need to reinvent the wheel? And that is what probably we are doing here, to encouraging each one of you to add value to everyone. Where focus goes, energy grows, right? So what we focus on expands. For all the people who think their limiting beliefs, their age-old redundant patterns, those unwanted relationships are too difficult to leave, I guarantee each one of you that you will have all those countless reasons to keep holding and sticking to what is unwanted as long as you want it in your life. The day you decide you need to overcome it, just the decision itself will be powerful enough to do away with all those reasons to still going back to where it's no more required. Because life shrinks or expands in proportion to your courage. And you're the man. You're the man of your life, and it doesn't matter what's your gender. It's all about who you really are. And what you really are is nowhere close to what you can become. So my dear friends, focus, focus, focus. If you focus on your strengths, they will outgrow your limitations. If you focus on your pain points, well, that is what you will observe, experience, and witness all around you. I was reading about someone last night who's run a marathon of over 100 miles. So while he was training, he used to reach 38 miles every time his trainer used to make him run. But at the 38th mile, his mind would give up and he would just believe that it's all he can stretch, it's all he can expand, and that's what his limit is all about. So the next time he ran, and the moment he reached the 38th mile, he collapsed. It was time for him to take to the nearby first aid station, which was another 1 mile away. So the trainer held his hand and started walking along with him, because there was no other option to put him into an ambulance and take him that 1 mile for him to get all that first aid required. But while he was walking with his trainer that 1 mile ahead, his trainer started asking him to just repeat a simple line. I never get tired. And he was like, I am collapsed. My feet has got all the boils. I can barely stand. There's no energy left. What are you talking about? He said, does it even matter if you just repeat it for my sake? Because we have just few 100 meters left from the first aid station. Because you will get your juice and your medical support anyways. But just one thing for me. Just keep repeating, I don't get tired. And he went on and on, just repeating, I don't get tired, I don't get tired, I don't get tired. By the time he reached the first aid station, they did all the first aid, gave him a juice, all the supplements, and asked him to rest. When they asked, do you want to run anymore? Because you're not in a position. And the only thing which his brain reaffirmed and came from his mouth, I don't get tired. And he was the one, the next day, he ran over 100 miles and he created a history in marathon. Because when his body gave up, he started running with his mind. And as I was sharing my views with CA students recently at the institute, they asked, sir, how could you go ahead with giving exams for 8 days without literally sleeping? And how does that really help you in today's life? All I always say is, it's here. And whenever some challenge strikes me in life, there have been numerous instances. Life has been crazy, like a roller coaster ride. The only thing I remind to myself, जब CA फाइनल कर लिया तो ये भी देख लेंगे. That doesn't mean the challenges won't come. Life will happen. Life will take over. It will hit you hard in the worst of situation when you've never even imagined. But what will help you thrive is your mindset. So why not let's reset our mindset? Because self-sabotage is an addiction to underachieving, under-earning, and overall underbeing. And that is not what we are here for. What we are here for is to reset our mindset. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, brilliant, Sandeep. You are growing by the day, leaps and bounds. I'm so proud of you. And I'm happy to share this space together with you for as long as you do not become Tony Robbins. That's my blessing to you. So let's go back to the main frame. We have another 10 minutes. We have an extra time, 9:33. We'll wind up at 9:45. I want views of my two senior colleagues who are there in the room. And let's focus on Major General Bell first. And then I see, is Gupta ji around or he has taken leave? He's around, yeah. So let Bell Saab speak first. Put him on the spotlight. And he has been silent for 2 days. And he spoke to us on the first day only through a video. So let's listen to him. And then we'll speak to our senior colleague. And then whosoever wants to speak would love to listen to it. We'll wind up by 9:45. Thank you. Go ahead.
And just before that, let me welcome Ms. Kanta Kapoor ji. She's been the district governor of Inner Wheel Club under Rotary International. We are blessed to have you, ma'am. And time to put on our Major General P.S. Bahal ji on the spotlight. Sir, looking forward to hear from you.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Mehta, and of course, Sandeep. It's a wonderful time that I'm going through. Listening to you all, it's amazing. I must confess, I have not been into this business of listening into such webinars, but I am now that I've got into it, I find it extremely enlightening. As far as the army is concerned, I would like to begin with something which I must confess. In school, I was a vagabond. And when I mean a vagabond, you wouldn't have seen the likes of a vagabond as I was. And today, when I was rummaging through my old files, I found my report card of the second grade. And believe you me, it was rather colorful. It was more reds than blues. So I've grown. I joined the academy, NDA, National Defense Academy. I did reasonably okay. Was nothing very great. I was quite a sincere guy, that part. Apart from golf and riding, I don't think I did much. But the moment I landed up in the Indian Military Academy, I took a decision to do well. And trust you me, the moment I decided that I have to be the best amongst the best, it was extremely difficult for my directing staff, my mentors, my teachers, my professors. We call them directing staff in the army. The directing staff had a tough time to take a single mark out of my papers, whatever I wrote. Physically, it was pretty tough, and that was not an issue. So I made a decision. I had decided at that particular time that I have joined a profession and I must be a professional. And when you are a professional, you got to know everything about that profession. Being a professional is different from being, being in a profession is different to taking up a job. A professional has got to be a professional. You got to study, you got to read, you got to work hard. As the journey went by, life hasn't been easy. It was very tough. One has gone through many tough times. One has faced bullets. One has killed, so to say. One could have been killed a number of times at the same time. It's been an experience. As you rise from a young second lieutenant, lieutenant captain, and when you rise up in the hierarchy, your responsibility changes. I've been fortunate. I've served all over the world. When I say all over the world, I literally mean all over the world. I do not have a single stamp on my passport, private passport. I've been to 33 countries officially. I'll stop bragging, but what I want to focus on is the army teaches us a lot of resilience. If you're not resilient, you will break down. That's one. Moral courage, physical courage. We guys are the epitome of physical and moral courage, so I don't want to refer to that. But trust me, it takes a lot of physical courage and moral courage as a leader when you are responsible for the troops that you command, when you lead them actually. So That's the second thing I'd like to say. The third thing I want to say is that you got to be committed. You got to be committed to your profession. You got to be committed to the men that you command, the men that you lead, or the people that you lead. Incidentally, the other day I was admonished by my daughter when I started using the word men. She says, you are an MCP. Anyway, the people that we command, the men and women in our lives who come under us, whom we are responsible for us, it's a responsibility. Incidentally, I also have the privilege of having trained. I was the directing staff of the first batch of lady officers who joined the Indian Army. So I have that kind of distinction also. So I've trained women. I've seen the world. I've been with the United Nations. I've been in the UN headquarters in New York. Now, a few lessons that I just want, a few things that I may just want to impart as far as, connecting with the reset to the mindset. Vision. When you talk of a vision, we talk of a company's vision. We talk of an organization vision. You got to have your personal vision also in place. Until unless you write your stated personal vision in a sentence as to where you want to head, you are going nowhere. When I was a lieutenant, I was a 2-star, about 2 years of service. I charted out my vision. I charted out my planner. I wrote it down as to where I want to reach. I fell short. I wrote it down up to Major General. That utni akal thi bas. I was not looking up beyond a Major General's rank. And maybe that's why I fell short. But I had written it down as a lieutenant. That's where I want to be. So until unless you know as to where you're going, until unless you know the road that you've got to take, the path that you've got to take, you're not going to go anywhere. Coming to resetting the mindset, and we talked about decluttering. Trust me, in the most important and the most busiest of all appointments, I have maintained a clean table. I brag about it. I've maintained a clean table with no files on my table, and I have never taken work home. If there was work, I never went home. Many times. I've slept in the office. I've been through at the night. I've woken up in the morning, freshened up, sat down again, delivered my talks, delivered my presentation, taken my presentations, stood for inspections, but not slept or not gone home, if I may say so. So life has been full of challenges. And if you want to grow, you got to think about it, man. You got to adopt change. You got to change yourself. And you have to announce to the world that you're going to change. When you announce your motive, when you announce what you want in life, it becomes an obligation towards the people that whom you announced that you're following what you announced, that you're going to meet up those challenges, that you're going to do what you have said that you're going to do. One way is to write it down, the other way is to announce it. I kind of believe in announcing it, at the same time writing about it. So more as we get along, I don't want to waste too much time, take time. There are others with great amount of experience as participants, and I'll leave it for them. And we shall continue to interact. I'm learning a lot, and I continue to be around, listen, because I feel listening is more important. The more you listen, they say a lot. The elephant has big ears, and that's how Lord Ganesha, big ears and a small mouth. So the more you listen, the less you speak, the wiser you are. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, G. Thank you. Sandeep, can we have Mr. Gupta if he's around? Because they are my two dear friends and I want them to share because I care for them and we care for each other. And now you are also a part of the team, Sandeep, so we care for each other more. Yeah.
Definitely. And as I invite Mr. Gupta ji to share his pearls of wisdom with us, let me thank again Major General Behel, sir. It's an honor and a blessing to have you with us, and we salute you with our heart, mind, and soul. Thank you so much.
And I suggest you meet him next week. He lives close to where you live. Yeah.
Yes, it's just for the COVID reasons we are kind of stuck, but we
Yeah.
planned it already. Looking
Very
forward to
good.
meeting.
Bless you. Bless you.
Looking forward.
Hanji, Gupta ji. Yeah.
I'm good evening to all of you. I'm very keen to speak, but timelines, how much time I have and whether they permit today or tomorrow.
5 minutes
Because-
is good. 5 minutes
Achha.
is good. Tomorrow we'll look at the big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm attending this program since day first. But before I speak on this program and my views, I'll like to give my small introduction. I joined Bank of Baroda as a probationary officer in 1983 and retired in 2020 as a general manager. I have worked in 22 postings under 40 bosses, almost half of India. And in a public sector, which is a very strange thing, rose the corporate ladder every time, first time. So I'm blessed that way. So two things while attending today's session particularly, two things came to my mind that what a good leader should have and what one can do to improve his own personality. So people give me a feeling that I'm a great leader. I have been a great leader who brought efficiencies in the work, who could do the things which usually people used to say impossible. So I was just comparing myself, what I did and what our coach Harish Mehta is teaching us, and whether I'm coming up to that or not. So a few things I like to share in a crisp way. One thing is that the secret behind my success is two things. One is delegation and other is mentoring. I always did delegation and mentoring, and I personally feel that if you delegate, two people can deliver a work of 11 people. Sometimes people feel that if they ask their subordinates to do some work, they will do some mistakes and it is not good enough. It is better to do myself. But that is not a quality of leader. Usually my colleagues used to say that my subordinates are so duffer that I find it convenient to do on my own. But my case is opposite. I don't want to do anything, paperwork, anything with my own hand. I find it easier to get it done from my team. Second thing is that you should not be a manager, you should be a leader. So if you are a manager, you will not get the cooperation. If you are a leader, you will definitely get cooperation. And then you have to bring efficiencies in your system. One principle I had wherever I was posted was the first day when I go there, I reduce my team by 25% because having less people is also bad and having more people is also bad. And in a public sector, people keep on demanding. My last stint was looking after administration in our corporate office. Every general manager kept on saying, I want more people, I want more people. I leave the people. Next thing is personal improvement. Every day you need to improve yourself. Just I narrate an experience which I had only day before yesterday. After my retirement, I have started a YouTube channel to guide and motivate unemployed youth for self-employment. So to further that purpose, I release a video every week on different topics. And tell me, when I started doing it, I didn't know how to record. I didn't know how to edit, what to speak, how to speak in the camera. But slowly, and I'm taking guidance of my children also. So slowly, I started improving upon. First I didn't used to look at the camera. Then I used to fumble. My face expression, my voice modulation, it was not correct. But day before yesterday, my son said, I'm not finding your videos good enough. I said, what is the case? He said, you are not connecting with your audience. I said, what happened? He said that you are not connecting. I said, I have improved. See, you said, yeah, you are not looking into camera. I'm looking into the camera. I'm giving great the scripts and all that. But still, he says, Papa, you are talking to camera. You are not talking to the people. Then I kept on thinking and thinking. Last 2 days went into the thinking. And I said, he's saying right. And then I found out what was the reason. Earlier, I used to be extempore speaker. So every natural thing was coming. Nowadays, what I do, I write a script, repeat the script, record it, then I listen to it and see whether any sentence is left out or not. In the process, my natural self is gone. So now I have decided I'll improve upon natural self. So next video on which I am working, I have written only points and I have decided I'll speak extempore so that I look connected to the people. So for leadership, whatever, and one thing I can tell you, whatever I have learned today, they are the very, very important point for a leader to lead his team. They are very important for a human being to improve his personality. So I'm benefited a lot, and thanks a lot for giving me opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you very much. Sandeep, let's wind up with the homework and we will meet tomorrow at 7:55. And I want you to share these 10 slides to all those people who attended today as a gift. There are lots of gift waiting. And as you keep attending, we keep sharing with you more and more gifts. So tomorrow's homework is eradicating, number one, and sharing what you need to do in your day-to-day. Tonight, before you sleep, write down how your day should look like tomorrow so that when we meet in the evening, you will be able to share. I just went through the motions because I had planned this before I slept tonight. So you do the default diary. I want this to be a habit for each one of us. The default diary gives you the opportunity to achieve your goals, to be there every day where you belong. And it's important that we keep writing. Yes, Bell Sahab, I agree. You would like to visualize and verbalize. You are far ahead on that part. People need to first of all visualize. And today we had a great friend, Ashish, who has visualized his Mount Everest, made that decision, and now I will have a one-to-one chat with him and help him realize his dreams. So thank you all very much. Great session. Sandeep, please share the homework and we shall meet again at 7:55 p.m. tomorrow evening for our fourth day and final day is Friday, where we will all graduate to be having reset our mindsets. Take over.
Wonderful. So tomorrow is the fourth day and let's hit a boundary tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll first begin with Mr. Ashish Best, who's going to share his future plans, the way he's going to craft his journey, because he's already found his Mount Everest. But he's not going to be the only one to climb that ladder. You never know. I'm going to invite whom to share something more about their default diary. So everyone get up, do your homework, and let's get started. Yes, while we are already in this process, we are done with the day 3, but every day when you get started, every day is a new opportunity you create for yourself tonight. What you want to visualize, do, and achieve tomorrow. So with this, see you guys tomorrow night, 7:55. Until then, good night. And as Mr. Amitabh Bachchan always says, good night, Shubh Ratri, Shabba Khair, and do take very good care of yourself. Bye-bye.